Hi everybody, James here. So, TFN 2026 is here at last. And I've seen a few people do these videos over the years where they talk about their hopes and expectations for the convention. And I've never done that, so I thought I would just throw my hat into the ring and see what happens. Um, I, I've loved attending TFNation over the years. This is... How many times have I attended now? I've attended 6 times over the last 8 years, I think. Oh my god, is that how long it's been? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yeah, I've attended quite a few times over the years, and every year I tend to do something a little bit different. So whether this is, whether you've never been to TFNation before, maybe it's your first time this year as I'm watching this, maybe you've been away for a while and you want to get back. Well, hopefully this goes some way to explaining a few things, but overall this is just my experience of TFN. Over the years I've tried to attend as many panels as I can, meet a few of the guests, but more than anything hang out with the group that I'm part of. They're an absolute bunch of misfits, but I love hanging out with them. They're so funny and they're always great company. So if you've never been to TFN before, if you haven't a small group of friends that you know beforehand, never be afraid to just walk up and say hi to people. You can tell I rehearsed this. The number one thing I give Transformer fans, especially those attending TFN, a lot of credit for is that everyone is so approachable and everyone always seems so kind. I remember over the years being so nervous meeting people, but everyone's just so chill. You can walk up and introduce yourself and everyone will just sit down and have a chat. The best place, and this is actually a really good recommendation that I'll make, is if you have the option to attend TFN or arrive early on Thursday, I would strongly recommend that, because the number of people who have arrived, not too many have by that point, but the bar in the Hilton is very quiet. It's just a chance to walk around, maybe grab a drink, have a chat with people, and it's just an opportunity to meet brand new people for the first time. Like last year, I got the chance to meet a guy called Andrew from Switzerland, who is a phenomenal artist. So much so that I commissioned artwork from him, which I'm going to be picking up in a few days, and I am so looking forward to how that turns out. But it's a chance to just sit down and meet new people, and again, I cannot encourage that enough. So what are my hopes and expectations for TFN this year? Trying to get to the point here. Last year I didn't actually meet any of the guests. I attended, a couple of panels. Granted, I did meet, quite a few of the sort of comic book and writer guests that were there. James Roberts, Nick Roach, Alex Milne, Jack Lawrence, etc. So, but the likes of some of the special guests or the actors who were there, I never got to meet any of them. And I wish I could remember his name, as it just escapes me at the moment. But the actor who played Jazz from Transformers 1 was there, and I never really heard him speak until the closing ceremony, and I really regretted not just going up and saying hi at some point. He seemed like a really cool guy. So this year, more than anything, I really want to say hi to Darren Norris, the voice of Knockout from Transformers Prime. Maybe a few of the other guests. We'll wait and see what happens. But no, there are a couple of panels I really want to see this year, so we'll see what happens on that front. Over the last few years, my sort of routine with TFN has sort of all blurred together, or at least is a bit more consistent. I'll arrive on the Thursday, then come Friday. It's just a nice chill day. If there are a couple of panels I want to see on the Friday, I'll go and see them. But more often than not, I find myself hanging out with my group. We'll go and get a bite to eat, and otherwise, we'll just trade gifts and whatnot, because quite a few of the group have maybe pre-ordered items from other people. So Friday's a good opportunity to pick them up, or maybe it's just a chance to make plans and whatnot for the weekend ahead. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing all of them again. It's been almost a year, and because we live all over, it's one of the few chances where we all meet up in the one space or in the one place. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Friday is like the unofficial launch of TFN. It's Saturday when things really kick off, because that's when the training hall opens. The training hall is the number one reason I think a lot of fans attend TFNation. If you want a souvenir or you want to buy a bunch of figures, that is the number one place to go. Lucky for me, I have, like last year, bought or got the early access ticket for Saturday because 2024 was absolutely insane. I made the well, I don't want to say I made the mistake. Our Joe, aka Crosshairs Productions of the group, was premiering his brand new movie Shattered Glass, so I really wanted to see it, so I opted for the general access ticket. The queue ended at the bar, one of the furthest points in the hotel away from the trading hall. It was the guts of maybe 20 to 30 minutes before I finally got into the trading hall itself, and that was insane. But thankfully got there, but I decided that from there on out I would get the early access ticket. And for the second year in a row, I've done that. And they're talking about basically capacity being filled across the board and a lot of tickets being sold out. So it'll be interesting to see this year. I think it's going to be another big year because 2024 was the 40th anniversary of the brand, of the Transformers as a whole. This year is the 40th anniversary of the 1986 movie. So I wonder, will there be a big push from fans to go and see that? Or to be a TFN for that? So my hope is to be in the queue early on Saturday for that. There'll be a couple of panels popping up across the day, but my hope is that if I can get into the trading hall and get as many of the figures off my wish list as early as possible, that'll save a lot of hassle trying to get back in later in the day, but we'll wait and see. Again, later in the day, there'll be more panels popping up, hang out with the crew, with the gang, hang out in the bar, meet new people. And Sunday's pretty much the same, it's slightly calmer, there isn't that same manic rush that there is on Saturday morning. So Sunday will be a little bit more chill, you have the chance to walk around the trading hall, more in your free time. A couple of panels will pop up, hang out more with the team. And then the closing ceremony with me returning home on Monday. So at the moment I don't know why, don't ask me why I was about to say I'm nervous. I'm not. I'm just really excited to see everyone again. TFNation's one of the main, one of the main, if not the only excuse I get for a holiday over the last few years. But no, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see everyone again. I've got a few surprises in store, which I'm really looking forward to showing off to them. So yeah, I hope somewhere in this inane rambling you've heard a few of my hopes and expectations for this year, and if there's any advice you can take out of this, then I please encourage it. So TFNation 2026, here we go.